Clearly you can see by now that I have beautiful brown skin. But take a look at your hand, and whatever shade it is beautiful as well.
Amen. Yes.
How dare we hate what we are? We are humans. God did not make one type of tree or flower or fish or horse or grass or rock. How dare you ask him to make one type of human that looks just like you?
Wow.
I'm not talking to just Caucasian people. I am talking to everyone. White, black, Japanese, Chinese, red, brown. No one is superior to the other. The only supreme being is God himself.
The Doctor of Disaster is a wholly owned subsidiary of Warnick & Associates Incorporated. Don't forget to get your copy of the Doctor of Disaster's book, Emergency Incident Management Systems, at Amazon.com. Hello, everyone. I am your host, the Doctor of Disaster, Dr. Mark Warnick, and I am considered a subject matter expert on public safety and public health by not one, but 2 different universities. Without any further ado, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and comment. This helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and quite frankly, this information needs to get out.
Mom, get back! Mom! 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 You have to get back!
Today we're going to be taking a very close look at the Jacob Blake shooting. Before we get into it, I want you to realize that all of this could have been avoided had Jacob Blake just complied. As we watch this video, notice behind the car they are talking and then all of a sudden it's fighting. I want you also to notice that these people are rushing in rather than staying back. This adds stress to the situation. Now, in this video, you can see that Blake has an officer in a headlock. He's been tased, which is right there, and he breaks loose and begins running towards the car. From a different angle, it looks like he may have a knife. Not sure, possibly. But this gives us a reasonable doubt. As he moves forward through this, he runs to the car door of not his car, but his girlfriend's vehicle. Notice the officer grabs him and tries to stop him, prevent him from getting into the car. And he pulls away. And the officer continues to try and pull him, but he's got his mindset that he is going to be the victor. And that's when the shots are fired. Now let's listen to the Wisconsin Attorney General who talks about the incident.
August 23rd, 2020, Kenosha Police Department officers were dispatched to a resident residence in the 2800 block of 40th Street after a female caller reported that her boyfriend was present and was not supposed to be on the premises. During the incident, officers attempted to arrest Jacob S. Blake, age 29. Law enforcement deployed a taser to attempt to stop Mr. Blake, but the taser was not successful in stopping him. Mr. Blake walked around his vehicle, opened the driver's side door, and leaned forward. While holding on to Mr. Blake's shirt, Officer fired his service weapon 7 times. Officer fired the weapon into Mr. Blake's back. No other officer fired their weapon. The Kenosha Police Department does not have body cameras, and therefore the officers were not wearing body cameras. The shooting officer, Kenosha Police Officer, has been a law enforcement officer with the Kenosha Police Department for 7 years. During the investigation following the initial incident, Mr. Blake admitted that he had a knife in his possession, and DCI agents, that's the Division of Criminal Investigation, recovered a knife from the driver's side floorboard of Mr. Blake's vehicle. A search of the vehicle located no additional weapons.
After watching all of this, it's pretty plain to see that he was not complying, and not only was he not complying, he had been convicted multiple times, even spent time in jail, and on top of that, he was out on bail for a sexual assault against the person he was visiting and was not supposed to be around. He had a restraining order. Now, he had all 3 kids in the car. Were they supposed to let him go, knowing that he had warrants, that he had assaulted police, and all the rest? Plus, he had the kids in the car. Was this kidnapping as well, or potentially kidnapping? There are so many things. For those that don't know, his baby mama was sleeping in the bed, and this is what his warrant and restraining order was over. Allegedly, he walked in, grabbed her car keys because he didn't own a car. He sexually assaulted her by allegedly inserting a finger while she was sleeping, which woke her up, and then allegedly he snipped his fingers and told her it smelt like she was sleeping around. Now, I've also heard reports, I haven't confirmed them, that he had in past pulled a gun on people in a bar and pointed it at them. So someone please explain to me why they are burning a city down over him getting shot by police. Someone please explain a reasonable explanation. I look forward to hearing your input, and we will see you in the next video. Until next time, take care. I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and comment. This helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and quite frankly, this information needs to get out. The Doctor of Disaster is a wholly owned subsidiary of Warnick & Associates Incorporated.